Fuel is expensive, and let's face it, no one wants to spend extra money just to get from A to B. But what if I told you your car could be secretly wasting fuel, not because of how you drive, but because of a few small sensors under the hood? That's right, just one faulty sensor can trick your engine into burning more fuel than it actually needs. And that means you're losing money every single time you drive. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 sensors that directly affect your fuel consumption, and how fixing or cleaning them could help you save thousands over time. Stick around till the end, because I'll also share a bonus tip that could instantly improve your fuel efficiency without replacing a single part. Let's dive in. Number 1. Oxygen sensor, or O2 sensor. The oxygen sensor is one of the most important sensors for fuel economy. It's mounted on your exhaust and monitors how much oxygen is left in the exhaust gases after combustion. Why is this important? Because your car's computer, the ECU, uses that data to adjust the air-fuel ratio. If it detects too much oxygen, it assumes the mixture is lean and adds more fuel. If it detects too little, it cuts fuel. Now imagine the O2 sensor fails. The ECU doesn't know what's really happening. It starts guessing, and often ends up injecting more fuel than necessary, which means more fuel burned, less mileage. Fix tip. If you've noticed poor mileage and a check engine light, scan for O2 sensor errors and replace if needed. Many sensors fail around 100,000 kilometers or more. Number 2. Mass airflow sensor, or MAF sensor. Next up is the mass airflow sensor, or MAF sensor. It's located between the air filter and throttle body, and its job is to measure the volume of air entering the engine. Why does that matter? Because fuel injection is based on how much air is coming in. If the MAF sensor gives the wrong data, say it underestimates the airflow, the ECU will inject too little fuel, causing a lean mixture. But more commonly, it overestimates airflow, and the ECU injects too much fuel, which leads to rich conditions and poor fuel economy. Even a slightly dirty MAF sensor can mess with your mileage by 10 to 15%. Fix tip. Clean the MAF sensor with proper cleaner every 15,000 to 20,000 kilometers, or if you notice rough, idle, or sluggish acceleration. Number 3. The engine coolant temperature sensor, or ECT. It monitors your engine's temperature and tells the ECU whether the engine is cold or fully warmed up. Why is this crucial? Because during cold starts, the ECU injects more fuel to help the engine warm up faster, just like the old choke system. Once the engine is warm, it leans out the fuel mix. But what if the ECT sensor is faulty and always reports a cold engine? The ECU will keep dumping excess fuel, thinking the engine hasn't warmed up yet. This can lead to terrible mileage and even black smoke from the exhaust. Fix tip. If your engine runs rich even after 5 to 10 minutes of driving, the ECT sensor might be stuck or inaccurate. It's easy and cheap to test or replace. Number 4. Throttle position sensor, or TPS. This sensor reads how far open your throttle is. In other words, how much you're pressing the gas pedal. The ECU uses this data to determine how much fuel to inject. If the TPS is faulty or inconsistent, the ECU might think you're accelerating when you're not, and inject extra fuel, or delay fuel when you actually need it. This causes poor throttle response, rough idling, and, of course, higher fuel consumption. Fix tip. TPS problems usually trigger a check engine light. You might also notice jerky driving or hesitation. A quick scan tool can confirm this easily. Number 5. Manifold Absolute Pressure Sensor, or MAP Sensor. Last but not least, the MAP Sensor, or Manifold Absolute Pressure Sensor. It measures the air pressure in the intake manifold, helping the ECU calculate engine load. If this sensor gives wrong readings, like showing high load when the engine is actually cruising, the ECU injects more fuel than necessary, thinking the engine is under stress. This often happens in cars with older or turbocharged engines. A bad MAF sensor will make your engine feel sluggish, reduce performance, and increase fuel usage. Fix tip: check for vacuum leaks or dirt around the MAF sensor. Replace it if it's sending erratic signals. So, to wrap it up, these 5 sensors all work together to manage how much fuel your engine uses. If even one of them gives wrong data, your ECU can't keep the fuel-air mixture balanced, and that leads to higher fuel consumption. So before you blame rising fuel prices, scan your car, check these sensors, and keep your engine efficient. Liked this video? Hit the like button, subscribe to AutoFix, and let us know in the comments if you've ever replaced one of these sensors. We've got more engine-saving, fuel-saving videos coming every week.